来自 Bytree Lab 的 Daniel 来给大家分享。
不好意思哦，这个材料比较新，然后我之前是以那个英文来准备的，所以说我可能就以英文继续，就英文可能比较熟悉一些，所以我就以英文继续讲下去了。So please bear with me. So great pleasure to be here, and then I'm actually very excited to take this opportunity to introduce Terminus, a Web3 infrastructure, and also share some possibilities that the Terminus can bring to empower the personalized AI. All right, so before jumping into the Terminus, I would like to share a bit of information about Bytree Lab. So Bytree Lab, it's a Web3 infrastructure builder and also venture studio. We actively invest and incubate in Web3 projects that aims to return data ownership back to users. All right, here's the list of our partners and also ecosystem projects. So SIG Asia Investments is actually one of our biggest supporters, along with some other leading institutions such as Inter Capital, Buy Capital, Sky9, and also Pacific Center Group. So on the ecosystem project sides, we have Terminus, which is a Web3 infrastructure, which I will share a little bit more in the following slides. And apart from Terminus, we also invest in different other projects such as KTX, decentralized perps, Ladder, NFT AMM, Dodge Walk, Game5, Social 5. Yep. All right, so Terminus. Terminus OS, it's a cloud-native operating system to host personal data and decentralized applications. Before I move on to the details of Terminus, I would like to show everyone a video.
Welcome to Terminus, a personal Web3 OS that aims to return data ownership to you, the user. In this video, we will be showing you how you can access Terminus OS and several applications that comes along with the installation of the operating system. Upon successful installation of Terminus, users will receive a domain address. You will be able to access Terminus in your browser after creating your DID and private key on your phone. The first interaction with Terminus should feel natural and smooth. You can shift applications around, pin applications to the dock, and resize windows if required. Terminus will also provide users with a wallet named as the Vault. Think of the Vault as a decentralized LastPass. It will be used to store your DIDs and passwords across the operating system. The Vault will allow you to integrate multiple central exchanges, crypto wallets, and even Wi-Fi passwords. You can log into the Vault through your mobile phone or desktop. Passwords can vary based on a wide spectrum of applications, account login details, and two-factor authentication software. You can also access your Vault via mobile phone as well. Apart from providing a wallet, Terminus will also include a portfolio management feature where you can integrate the different accounts that you initially set up in your Vault. You can integrate multiple accounts and get a one-stop view of your entire portfolio across different centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges. Additionally, you can create watch lists and track price movements directly from the portfolio application. Terminus aims to create a decentralized internet of applications. Within the App Store, you can download different kinds of applications. The first open-sourced application we wanted to demonstrate is known as Terminus. Terminus relies on the Nostream relay. Instead of relying on centralized servers, Nostream relies on a distributed relay network, and Terminus can be used to register as one of the nodes for the relay system. Posts that you make on Terminus will be stored in your relayer within your Terminus server. Mastodon is similar to Daemon and functions like an open-sourced version of Twitter. Similarly, each instance of Mastodon is hosted on your Terminus server and is able to interoperate with others. After downloading Mastodon from the App Store, users can choose what they want to see by following anyone across any Mastodon server. You can invite friends to your server and choose which server you want to join. In Mastodon, users have control over their feeds. There are no algorithms that push ads to your feeds. Instead of advertisements, you will actually be seeing posts of the people you followed. Obsidian is an open-source note-taking application like OneNote and Evernote, and Terminus enables the synchronization of notes taken across different devices. Cloud storage will also be available for users. Users can store different file types ranging from video files to text documents within Terminus. Files and documents hosted on Terminus can be viewed across different devices through a simple URL access. Similarly, users can also upload files through accessing another URL. The file uploaded can be accessed across different devices. And data across Terminus and other devices can be encrypted and further protected with your vault and private key. Welcome to Terminus OS. Let's return data ownership back to users together.
All right. All right, so that was the demo video, and it's under development right now, and hopefully we can see it in Q4 this year. We will release some beta testing accounts to our partners and to whoever's interested. So from the high angle, Terminus is essentially trying to introduce this personal server along with an operating system in between user clients and their Web3 world. So just imagine that everyone has your personal server, which is completely controlled by your private key, and then that consists of the ID, computing power, storage capability for you to self-host, run, and manage different types of Web3 software on your behalf. So ultimately, we can see that this personal server and also the operating system can become your proxy delegate or even your Javas, the IAM and Javas for individuals to get into their Web3 world. All right, so here's the technical breakdown of Terminus. There are 3 layers. At the bottom is the infra layer. So Terminus is trying to build up this peer-to-peer network of decentralized personal servers. Again, everyone owns their server in the form of either cloud or it could be a hardware, like physical hardware that sits in your living room. So on the operating system layer, Terminus offers two parts. The first is a vault. Like the demo video shows, it's essentially a one password in the Web3 version. So where users can store their DID, credentials, reputations, so that ultimately it would become this wallet as a service. So users will have seamlessly kind of interactions across different decentralized applications on Terminus OS. And the other part of the OS layer is the Web3 App Store. Just like any other App Store, developers would be able to create, upload, and then ask people to download it. And users would be able to explore, discover different decentralized version of internet applications on their needs. And on the app layer, there are 3 parts or 3 categories. The first is blockchain. So users would still be able to use various blockchains, apps, dApps on Terminus OS, and users can further register their Terminus server into Depot nodes or even RPC nodes to better engage in blockchain. The other category would be the open protocol. There are many decentralized applications based on open protocol, such as Daemon on Nostra protocol, and then Blue Sky on AT protocol. And users would be able to register their Terminus personal server as relay to support this open protocol, this network. And also, whenever they use those client apps, they can connect their client to their relay. The final category would be the self-hosted products. So there are many open source self-hosted software out there, such as Mastodon. It's a decentralized version of Twitter running on federated model. And in the center, that's Affine. It's a decentralized version of Notion, also notes taking. They're all run on a self-hosted server. All right, so if we connect the dots together, so say each individual will have your personal server and we connect them with blockchains. So here comes the Terminus decentralized network. In this network, there will be no centralized server, no big company sitting in the middle. So everything is peer-to-peer level, utilizing the blockchain as the focal point or the connecting point. So users will be able to install server apps on their personal servers and then use their client to interact with the server, and the server would interact with other server, again, by utilizing blockchain, a blockchain's DID or the transaction functionalities. So in this network, everything's peer-to-peer, and then it's user-centric, and users would be able to retain their data. All the digital footprint, all the interactions would be stored in each one's personal server. All right, here's one example how Terminus could decentralize the instant messaging. So say if both James and Ross, they have their personal servers, and then James wants to send out a message to Ross. So the steps would be James would send a message to his client, his personal server, and the personal server would utilize blockchains, any blockchains. So it could be Ethereum, it could be SU, it could be anything to identify and locate Ross' personal server. And then once they get this connection, and then James can send a message through his server to Ross' server and reach out to Ross' client and vice versa. And after the initial connection, there will be no no need for blockchain and no need for centralized server to facilitate the message sending. So again, my node, my personal server, my message, my control, everything, the messages are stored on your local personal server, and no one can take a peek or download it. So some of the other use cases that Terminus could do, for instance, crypto wallets, personal or community data vault, validator or staking, or computing nodes in new blockchain networks, federated chat and IM nodes, federated social networks, personalized AI models and agents. And here comes to the heart of this presentation about how Web3 and AI with Terminus. All right, so there are three parts that Terminus can do to help create or build this personalized AI. The first is that Terminus OS supports all mainstream open source models on Hugging Face. So that being said, users would be able to download those models, and then with the computing power that each personal server has, users would be able to train the personalized AI with their local data. And the second point is that Terminus OS also offers a variety of toolkits to developers to create different apps, different AI apps. And the third point is Terminus OS supports the software agents that add on the outputs. So these two parts together, we can see developers can create a variety of a variety of AI apps, not just to help decision making, but also utilizing this 24/7 running Terminus personal server. It can take actions based on the decision makings. So some of the examples would be automated trading or do something on your behalf. So imagine that in the future with AI, you can actually have your Javas. You can become an sort of like the Iron Man feeling. All right, so this is a self-hosted conversational language model. It's an app on OS right now. It's called Aisha. So it's similar to GPT. However, instead of sending the message or having conversation with OpenAI at the centralized server, the Aisha is operated on your personal server based on large model, open source model. And the other example would be chat with your private data. So say if you have a PDF or documents and you would like to have a summary, or you want to explore some details of the documents with Terminus, you don't need to send it to the centralized server, and then you will be able to get your answer right away. All right, so this diagram shows with Terminus, the AI plus Web3, there could be some new business model. So for instance, because the data is stored at users' personal server, so that the AI provider would have to purchase the data from the users. And at the same time, the users would have to purchase the AI model from the AI provider. So let me give you an example. So say in the future, the decentralized music applications. So if the user wants to have like a music recommendation list, so he would have to pay in a way of like subscription or gas fee, so that to get access to this recommendation list of songs. And at the same time, if the AI provider wants to get this digital footprint of this user, say like how much time he or she spent on this song, this type of information, the AI provider has to purchase from the users in order to kind of get this large model training. So yep. So I know time is running late, and then here's the one line that I want to summarize the Terminus. Terminus is creating this peer-to-peer personal server network, and yep, and that's about it. So we have two QR codes here. One is for the wait list. Hopefully we will have the product available for beta testing in Q4. And then right besides it, it's a Discord. So feel free to join either way. And then let me know if you have any further question. Thank you. Yep.
你好，我想问一下，就是你们是作为一个非盈利组织，还是以公司的形式？就是你们怎么样确保自己活下来？
我们不是一个非盈利性组织，然后接着我们其实是backed by some funds，就我们有 VC back， 对。
那有没有就是靠自己就是活下去的计划呢？就是后面。
有的，因为刚才提到的其实是不同的这个 new business model would emerge. So say like in order to get this personal server running, so some might subscribe to this cloud model, so that you would have to pay in order to use your cloud model personal server. And then on the other hand, if we were to approach to the physical item, physical hardware, and then you would have to purchase. So that's the idea. So it would have cash inflow, And that's the very basic or fundamental model. And in addition to it, the app layer, there would be a lot of new business models and new possibilities. Say, like the gas, crypto tokenomics, etc., etc. So it's a big ecosystem, and then we have this like very foundational kind of like income inflow, and also we have a broader kind of business model that sits ahead of us. Any more questions? All right. Thank you very much.